Here in Washington, China's back in the spotlight with a new bipartisan report laying out how Beijing is expanding its economic and military influence around the world. That includes factors like supporting Iran and Russia and investing in powerful new technologies like AI.
Behind China's self-declared quest for quote-unquote globalization and multipolarization, it is a desire to ensure its own dominance. The leadership in Beijing is prepared to leverage persuasion, manipulation, and coercion in order to advance its own agenda.
The report gives Congress several recommendations, including banning the import of certain Chinese goods and investing in AI. Well, China also is a leading exporter of surveillance technology, which can be used to restrict religious freedom. Tony Perkins of the Family Research Council told CBN's Faith Nation the communist country is helping other repressive regimes crack down on people of faith.
And one of the things they're doing, they're exporting repression. The technology is being used to surveil and to repress the freedom of speech and freedom of religion. And this is being, this type of technology is being shared with other tyrannical, repressive governments.
Perkins also said he's hopeful the incoming Trump administration will take a hard line against China exporting restrictive technologies. Gordon?
Well, they should have taken a hard line against U.S. technology companies exporting that same technology to China. That's the root of this. They were taught these various things by our own tech companies, and then it went into overdrive in China, where it's a surveillance culture, but they learned it from us. And it's one of those things that technology can be viewed as somehow agnostic. Here in the United States, we're saying, well, we're trying to catch terrorists or we're trying to catch criminals. If you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have anything to worry about. Well, if the government changes, if there's a repressive government in Washington, well, then, yeah, we do have something to worry about. But the same technology, when that's exported to China and then used, whether it's facial recognition to track every single movement, constantly being, anytime you're in a public place, you're being watched. All of that technology ultimately came from us. It didn't originate in China. Have they taken it to the next level? You bet. And in that, are they now trying to convince other governments that you can have the same technology, you can have the same level of control over your citizen population? Once that gets in place, you can clearly see how some passages in the book of Revelation come to be. In China, you have a social media score, and in that social media score, it determines how you travel and what kind of business you can do. For me, that is absolutely horrific, that there would be a culture that would reward your behavior economically. And if your behavior is not right, then suddenly you get restricted and your freedoms get taken away. We're seeing things develop on the world stage that are absolutely fulfilling what the Bible warns us about. But again, I'll point out, it started right here in the United States.